Today we make grape jelly out of our valiant grapes. New grapes take approximately 3 years to produce their first harvest. We show you the process and the steps to go through, and what the critics think at the end.
When I do this, I like
A little bit of lavender and eucalyptus. Smells so good. Good job, kiddo. You're the first one ever to harvest grapes from our house. All right, so that is my 3-year-old valiant grape vine. And this was our first ever harvest. I'm gonna weigh it up, but pretty decent sized basket there. I'm pretty excited to make some jelly. So we've washed. Now we're separating from the stems and placing this, then I'll wash again.
Yeah, and there's always a little green grape.
Yeah, every once in a while there's a little green grape that didn't grow. So I've never made grape jelly before. I'm following just a quick online recipe. The reason why I've chose jelly over jam is I have valiant grapes. They have seeds in them. With jam, you would have to separate those seeds, and you want to be able to utilize the inside of the grapes and the skins and everything with jam. Whereas with jelly, you're gonna boil down and strain and utilize the juices. So that's why I've gone that way. Seems a little bit easier of a process for my first time learning. I've never used grapes before. So yeah, that's exciting. We'll see what comes out of it. All right, so zeroed the scale. We're on ounces. Measure what we got here. Still at 0. All right. Ooh. We got 3 pounds. Holy, yeah, 3 pounds and 11.8 ounces. I've cleaned my jars. Now I'm just gonna let them soak in some really hot water, sterilize them. These guys are separating off tomatoes. Got some more tomatoes in here. I've dumped my 4 pounds of grapes into this saucepan. I'm gonna let it heat up, and as it's heating up, I'm gonna smush it down. Let's get all those juices out. Kind of bake it like you would cranberry sauce or cranberry jelly. So you can see all the seeds coming out. I'm gonna stir and bring to a boil for about 10 minutes. Okay. So it's cooled down a bit. I've got some cheesecloth in here. I'm gonna let it sit, and we're gonna scoop all of it. We're gonna scoop all of this into the cheesecloth and let it sit for a couple hours and really drain. So this is always a fun part for the kids. Yeah, it's always a fun part for the kids, playing in the slop. Do you know who else might like the slop later instead of wasting it? The chickens. They can't have grapes all the time, but it's a good treat for them. So while our grapes are straining there in the cheesecloth, we're gonna start dumping all these tomatoes into here and make ourselves some tomato sauce. Quite a few different methods of preserving tomatoes. I've done several different ones. I don't have a lot of tomatoes right now that I'm using, and we're actually going away on vacation. So I'm just trying to utilize what I have here, get them done. We've had a beautiful, beautiful end of summer, and we haven't got those freezing temperatures yet. So I still actually have quite a bit in the garden going and quite a bit in the dome. But yeah, we're gonna put what I do have in a saucepan. We're gonna do the same kind of method we did with the grapes, where we're gonna boil them down. I'm gonna add in some olive oils and some spices. And then I might even go as far as letting it cool, throw it into the food processor and really blend it. You blend in those seeds, the skins, the whole 9 yards. And you know what? It makes a beautiful tomato pasta sauce. Also, it's a super quick method. All right, so I've just kind of cut my tomatoes in here. I've turned it on low. As it simmers down, we'll squish them. I've thrown in some olive oil and some garlic and some sea salt and pepper. One of the quickest ways I love doing my tomatoes is either that, or I'll stick them in the oven on roast, peel off the skins. It's a little bit longer of a process. And honestly, I don't mind the skins. They hold a lot of nutritional value, and I just blend them in my food processor. I could see if you're doing a few different, depends on what you're doing with them. But I will take them, freeze them in containers with a little bit of spices, herbs, whatever you want. And all of a sudden, you just got quick and easy tomato sauce. You pull from your freezer, defrost, and you can turn it into sloppy joes, chilies, stews, soups, tomato sauce for cabbage rolls, lasagna. Oh, possibilities are endless. So that's one of my favorite ways of doing tomatoes. We have about 5 cups of pure grape juice here that's been strained. We're gonna dump that into here. We're gonna heat this up. We're gonna add a package of pectin and 6 cups of sugar and a tablespoon of butter and bring to a boil. We're gonna put in 1 package of pectin powder. Dump it in there. Keep it, yeah. Good job. We're gonna stir and dissolve that. So we've just thrown a tablespoon of butter in there. Just begin it to boil. We're gonna wait till that's all melted and it returns to a full boil. And then I'm gonna add 6 cups of white sugar. You can do less sugar too. Taste it as you're going along. Depends on the grapes you're using. I'm gonna start with about 4 to 5 cups and give it a taste. And if I like it, then I won't add the extra 2. All right, so she's just giving it a stir right now. After we've added in our sugar, letting it all dissolve, return to a boil. You've been testing out the grapes? All right, canner's at a rolling boil. My jelly's at a rolling boil. I'm about ready to pull it off and let it sit for a few minutes and let it skim. My jars are all ready to go. Number 1 rule of canning, sterilize jars. Make sure your jars are warm and clean. Jars, a quick wipe all the way around. You want your lids to seal good. You want nice clean on top. And I don't over tight my jars. I just do a loose spin. Make sure they're not overly snug. I always make sure I have like at least an inch of water on top. You want to make sure your jars are well submerged. Bring to a boil. And then as far as the hot water bath canning goes, it's, you know what, follow the process. I suggest follow a tried recipe online. Go with your elevation. I'm gonna boil for about 8 minutes. So we're gonna pull these guys out of here. And go pop. Oh, already hearing pops over there. Last 3 jars, just going in. Make sure I give them that water coverage. All right, so I have 6 here. I have another 3 in here. I'll officially have 9 of these little jars of grape jelly. Not too bad for our first ever grape harvest. You know what, I made like 24 little jars of raspberry jam, and I have freezer bags and freezer bags, but those raspberry bushes are also like 10 years old. So hey, if this just keeps multiplying every year, we'll have tons of grapes in the future.
Is it hot?
No, have a bite.
Wait on it, Sam.
What do you think?
Jelly.
The grape jelly.
I like it. When I do this, I like it. But when I do this, I don't like it. I like it.
Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more family fun adventures in Alberta.